What happens when the billionaire's fiancé crashes Hollywood's hottest birthday party in a dress that steals the spotlight? For Lauren Sanchez, one night in silver became more than glamour. It became a headline. In Hollywood, sometimes it only takes one photograph to set the entire entertainment world buzzing. One image, one glance, one moment frozen in time, and suddenly the conversation shifts. For Lauren Sanchez, that moment arrived on a night filled with flashing lights, champagne toasts, and cosmic decorations, when she stepped into Sydney Sweeney's space-themed birthday celebration wearing a silver mini dress that shimmered like stardust. What followed was more than a party snapshot. It became a statement, a reminder, and perhaps even a clue into the way Hollywood's hidden social hierarchies operate behind the scenes. Sydney Sweeney, the rising star whose career has soared with roles in Euphoria and The White Lotus, had just turned 28. Her birthday was no ordinary gathering. It was the kind of Hollywood soiree where guest lists are carefully crafted, themes are lavish, and appearances matter almost as much as personal connections. Celebrities, influencers, power players, everyone who walked through those doors knew they were stepping into more than just a party. They were stepping into a performance. And then came Lauren Sanchez. Once known primarily as a journalist and TV personality, Sanchez has in recent years transformed herself into one of the most photographed, discussed, and analyzed women in the world, largely because of her relationship with Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. But that transformation is not just about who she's dating. It's about how she has carefully navigated the treacherous waters of celebrity, power, and influence. And on that night, under the glow of metallic decorations and lunar backdrops, she embodied that transformation with a single dress, a shimmering silver mini that captured the flashbulbs and, for a moment, stole the spotlight. The photo of Sanchez and Sweeney posing together spread quickly online. Social media users dissected every detail: the angle of Sanchez's pose, the glittering fabric of her dress, the way she seemed to stand confidently beside a Hollywood actress at the height of her fame. For some, it was just another party picture. For others, it was a sign of how interconnected Hollywood's circles of influence really are. Why was Lauren there? What did her presence signify? And how did a woman whose career began in journalism find herself at the center of Hollywood's most talked about events? To understand the significance of this moment, we need to look deeper, not just at the party, not just at the dress, but at the game being played beneath the surface. Because in Hollywood, fashion is never just fabric, and appearances are never just about showing up. Every look, every guest list, every Instagram post is part of a larger story, a story of power, access, and the constant struggle to remain relevant in a town that forgets people as quickly as it crowns them. Sydney Sweeney's 28th birthday was a celebration, but it was also a showcase. For Sweeney, it marked her transition from breakout star to Hollywood mainstay, a way to remind fans, executives, and fellow celebrities that she's not just a young actress, she's a brand. The space theme wasn't just playful, it was symbolic. It suggested orbit, gravity, and stardom on a cosmic scale. And in that galaxy of guests, Lauren Sanchez's presence added a layer of intrigue. Sanchez is not an actress. She doesn't release albums, star in series, or headline blockbusters. But what she does possess is influence, the kind that extends beyond film sets and red carpets. As the partner of one of the wealthiest men in the world, Sanchez commands a level of visibility that most in Hollywood can only dream of. Yet visibility is a double-edged sword. It invites admiration, but it also attracts criticism. It offers power, but it demands careful strategy. So, when Sanchez appeared at Sweeney's party, dressed in a metallic mini that caught every beam of light in the room, it wasn't just a fashion choice. It was a move in the unending chess game of celebrity culture. The silver mini dress itself deserves attention. Fashion critics often say that clothing in Hollywood functions as armor, a way for celebrities and public figures to project an image, control a narrative, or deflect scrutiny. Metallics, in particular, carry connotations of futurism, resilience, and glamour. A silver dress doesn't just shine, it declares. It says, "Look at me, I'm not here to fade into the background." And for Sanchez, who has often been framed in media headlines as Jeff Bezos' fiancé or the billionaire's partner, this was a reminder that she commands her own spotlight. When she posed with Sydney Sweeney, the contrast was striking. On one side, the young actress celebrated for her talent, beauty, and rapidly growing career. On the other, Sanchez, a woman who had built her visibility not through scripted roles, but through relationships, reinvention, and sheer presence. Together, they embodied two different yet overlapping dimensions of Hollywood power: talent and access, youth and experience, stardom and influence. And that's why the photo became more than just an Instagram moment. It became a conversation. In the days following the party, fans and tabloids alike buzzed with commentary. Some admired Sanchez's daring choice of attire, noting how few could pull off such a bold, metallic look. Others speculated about her relationship with Sweeney. Were they close friends? Or was this simply a matter of being in the right circles at the right time? Hollywood thrives on speculation, and in many ways, that speculation is the fuel that keeps its engines running. But there's another layer here, one that goes beyond the fabric and the Instagram filters. When Lauren Sanchez shows up at a Hollywood birthday party, it signals something about where she stands in the larger celebrity ecosystem. She is not just a guest, she is a presence. She is part of the new wave of non-actress celebrities. Women whose fame is tied not to traditional performances, but to influence, relationships, and visibility. In this sense, Sanchez mirrors a broader shift in Hollywood, where social media and public fascination can elevate someone into the spotlight as powerfully as any blockbuster role. And yet that spotlight comes with risks. Sanchez's life has been under intense scrutiny ever since her relationship with Jeff Bezos became public. Every outfit, every appearance, every candid photo is analyzed, criticized, or praised. For her to attend Sydney Sweeney's party, to pose in that silver dress, and to have those images circulate globally, it wasn't just a glamorous night out. It was a reminder of the constant balancing act she faces, remaining relevant, appearing confident, and navigating a world where every move is dissected by fans, critics, and tabloids alike. The silver dress moment also highlights the fascinating interplay between fashion and narrative. In Hollywood, clothing is a language. Red carpets, premieres, birthday parties, they all become stages where celebrities tell stories through their outfits. Sanchez's silver dress told a story of boldness, of confidence, of refusing to be overshadowed. It said, "I am here, I belong, and I will not be ignored." For Sydney Sweeney, sharing those party photos on Instagram was a way of controlling her own narrative as well. By choosing which images to post, which guests to highlight, and how to frame her celebration, she shaped the story fans would see. And by including the snapshot with Sanchez, she added an extra layer of intrigue to her birthday album. Because in Hollywood, the company you keep matters just as much as the career you build. So what we have, in the end, is not just a party photo. We have a piece of the Hollywood puzzle, a small but telling example of how fame, fashion, and influence collide. We have Lauren Sanchez standing in a silver dress that glitters under the lights, positioned next to a rising star at her peak moment of celebration. And we have an audience watching from afar, reading into every detail, because in this town, nothing is ever just what it seems. Her look became an instant highlight of the evening. The strapless metallic dress clung to Lauren Sanchez like liquid light, catching reflections from every neon beam that cut across Sydney Sweeney's cosmic-themed birthday celebration. The low sweetheart neckline gave the dress its elegance, while a bold zipper detail running down the center added an edge, a clash of glamour and futurism that made her ensemble impossible to ignore. With bold, dangling silver earrings swinging against her shoulders and sleek sunglasses shielding her gaze, Sanchez looked less like a guest at a party and more like a character stepping out of a futuristic Hollywood blockbuster. Every detail of her outfit was deliberate. Every piece was chosen not just to match the theme, but to elevate it, to command attention, and to ensure that when the party faded and the photos lived on, she would remain etched in memory. In Hollywood, fashion is never accidental. Clothes are chosen with the same precision as casting decisions, the same careful calculation as film scripts. A strapless metallic mini dress at a star-studded party is not just fabric sewn into shape. It is a declaration. A declaration of belonging, of confidence, of visibility. Lauren Sanchez has spent years navigating the transformation from respected journalist to one of the most recognized partners in the world, and with that transformation has come constant public scrutiny. This outfit was not just stylish, it was strategic. The metallic silver itself carried symbolism. Silver is the color of steel, of resilience, of technology, of the future. It is the shade of satellites and spaceships, of the very frontier her fiancé Jeff Bezos has sought to conquer through his space exploration company. To wear silver at a space-themed party was, on the surface, clever coordination. But beneath that, it was layered with meaning. It connected Sanchez not only to the party's theme, but also to the broader narrative that surrounds her. the narrative of innovation, wealth, and the exploration of new worlds. The sweetheart neckline softened the futuristic metallics with a touch of romance. The zipper detail, bold and central, brought sharpness to the look, a reminder that glamour in Hollywood is never purely soft, never purely gentle. It must carry edge, it must suggest strength, because those who step into the limelight without armor are quickly consumed by it. And Sanchez knows this better than most. Her every public appearance has been dissected, her every expression analyzed. To walk into Sydney Sweeney's celebration in a metallic strapless dress was not just to attend, it was to declare, "I am unshaken, I am seen, I am still here." Her choice of accessories was equally deliberate. The dangling silver earrings extended the metallic theme from head to toe, drawing light to her face every time she moved. Earrings in Hollywood function as punctuation. They are the exclamation marks at the end of an outfit. And here, those exclamation marks screamed futurism, screamed spectacle. The sunglasses, worn not outdoors under a blazing sun but indoors at a nighttime event, added mystery. Sunglasses at night are a choice only a certain type of figure can pull off. They are a symbol of separation, a way of saying, you may look at me, but you cannot fully see me. They add distance even in the most intimate spaces, and in Hollywood, distance is often as important as access. The ensemble was complete. Lauren Sanchez did not just attend Sydney Sweeney's birthday. She arrived in character, the way Hollywood stars often do at theme parties. But her character was larger than life, more powerful than fiction. She embodied not only the futuristic theme of the night, but also the broader story of who she has become. A woman who stands at the intersection of media, fashion, technology, and billionaire power. And that is why her look became one of the highlights of the night. But to fully grasp the significance of this moment, we have to pull back the lens. We have to move beyond the fabric and accessories to understand what these moments mean in the larger Hollywood ecosystem. Because when Sanchez walked into that party in her metallic mini dress, she wasn't just dressing for a theme, she was participating in one of Hollywood's oldest, most carefully choreographed traditions, the public performance of belonging. Sydney Sweeney's birthday celebration was no ordinary birthday. It was an event where every detail mattered, from the glowing decorations to the carefully curated guest list. Guest lists in Hollywood are like casting sheets for unscripted performances. Who is invited and who attends is as important as what happens inside. And Sanchez's presence was telling. She was not just there because of personal friendship. She was there because she is part of a shifting Hollywood narrative where billionaires, journalists turned celebrities and actors merge into one overlapping circle of influence. Sweeney herself has become a symbol of Hollywood's new generation. At 28, she represents the new wave of stardom, talent combined with social media savviness, beauty combined with brand appeal. Her parties are not simply private affairs. They are statements about her place in Hollywood. And so, inviting Lauren Sanchez added weight. It bridged two worlds, the world of traditional Hollywood talent and the world of wealth, media, and power couples. The moment Sanchez posed beside Sweeney, cameras captured more than a birthday photo. They captured a merging of narratives. The actress at the height of her career, and the woman who has redefined visibility through her high-profile relationship. For audiences online, the image quickly became fodder for analysis. Who stood closer? Who leaned in? Who smiled more broadly? Because in Hollywood, body language is its own language, and a single photo can fuel weeks of speculation. Yet, beyond the speculation, beyond the chatter, lies the deeper truth. Appearances like these are not random. They are carefully considered, and they shape reputations. When Sanchez showed up in metallics, she was not only dressing the part, she was reminding Hollywood that she is part of the conversation, that she belongs in the orbit of the rising stars, not only because of who she dates, but because of who she presents herself to be. Hollywood thrives on symbols. Dresses, parties, Instagram posts, all of them are signals sent into the world, and fans decode them like cultural archaeologists. Sanchez's silver dress was more than fabric. It was a signal of resilience, of relevance, of refusing to be reduced to a side note in someone else's story. And that's why the photo spread so quickly online. Fans saw glamour, yes, but critics saw more. They saw a reminder of how Hollywood operates, how power and fame are constantly renegotiated in every public appearance. And they saw how one woman who began her career in journalism now stands confidently in the center of Hollywood's most glamorous circles, playing the game with the precision of someone who understands exactly what is at stake. Her look became one of the night's definitive moments, a talking point that outlasted the party itself. In the endless churn of Hollywood news, where moments fade as quickly as they appear, that is no small feat. Because in Hollywood, survival is not about being talented, beautiful, or wealthy alone. It is about being unforgettable. And on that night, in that dress, Lauren Sanchez ensured that she would be. The eye-catching outfit turned heads and proved once again why Lauren Sanchez's fashion choices continue to stand out. In a city where red carpets are lined with sequins, paparazzi lights blur into starlight, and every celebrity has access to designers and stylists, it takes something more than fabric to capture attention. It takes intention. It takes awareness of the moment. And it takes the confidence to step into a room full of glittering stars and still ensure that eyes follow you. On that night, Lauren did just that. Hollywood is a place obsessed with image. For decades, the industry has been fueled not only by the movies it produces, but by the appearances its stars deliver. From Audrey Hepburn's little black dress in Breakfast at Tiffany's to Jennifer Lopez's green Versace gown that broke the internet in the early 2000s. Fashion moments have long outlived the films and shows that stars are known for. They become part of the culture, part of the story, part of the legend. And while Lauren Sanchez is not an actress in the traditional sense, she has become a figure who understands that same truth. Fashion is storytelling. Her metallic mini dress, with its strapless cut and bold zipper, was not simply about style. It was about positioning. In an environment where every detail is magnified, Sanchez has learned that her choices must say something. She has learned that to survive in the glare of the Hollywood spotlight, it is not enough to attend. One must arrive, and arrive she did. The dress turned heads because it wasn't timid. It wasn't an afterthought. It demanded attention, and attention is the currency Hollywood runs on. Lauren's fashion evolution has been fascinating to watch. In her early years as a journalist and television personality, she often leaned toward professional attire. Fitted blazers, clean lines, neutral tones that conveyed authority on camera. But as her public role shifted, so did her wardrobe. Slowly, she moved toward bold silhouettes, daring cuts, and statement pieces that made headlines. Each choice seemed to mark a new stage in her journey, from broadcaster to media personality, from media personality to Hollywood figure, from Hollywood figure to partner of one of the world's most powerful men. With every stage, the clothes changed, the image sharpened, and the message grew louder. What sets Sanchez apart in this realm is that she doesn't simply wear fashion, she uses it. Fashion becomes her armor, her language, her strategy. A metallic dress in a futuristic theme signals not just glamour, but alignment with narrative. A bold neckline paired with striking accessories signals confidence, fearlessness. Sunglasses indoors, at a birthday party, signal mystery, separation, control. Each piece of the outfit works together to create an image larger than the sum of its parts. And Hollywood notices. Designers take note when someone wears their work in a way that commands attention. Stylists watch for the reaction of the public and the press. Producers and executives see how a figure holds space in a room full of stars. Even other celebrities quietly observe, because in Hollywood, appearances are part of the unspoken competition that never truly ends. To turn heads in that environment is not just to be fashionable, it is to win a round in the ongoing battle for relevance. But let us not forget the context. Lauren Sanchez is not navigating this world alone. She exists within the orbit of Jeff Bezos, a man whose wealth and influence have altered her public image forever. Some see her as an extension of his story, a supporting character in the narrative of one of the world's richest men. Yet moments like these, the silver dress, the photo with Sydney Sweeney, the way the internet buzzed afterward, show something different. They show that Sanchez is carving out her own presence separate from Bezos in the arena of fashion and celebrity culture. She is not merely the partner of a billionaire. She is a woman who knows how to command attention on her own terms. This is crucial because Hollywood does not forgive invisibility. Those who fade into the background are forgotten. And Sanchez seems determined not to let that happen. By making bold choices that guarantee conversation, she keeps herself at the center of the narrative. She ensures that whether loved, criticized, or speculated about, she remains relevant. Her fashion also places her in an interesting position within the Hollywood ecosystem. Traditional actresses often rely on designers to lend them gowns, stylists to craft their looks, and red carpets to display them. Sanchez, however, is not bound by those same rules. She does not need a film premiere or an award show to generate attention. A single party appearance can do the work of a red carpet, and a single Instagram post can echo louder than a magazine spread. This freedom allows her to be unpredictable, and unpredictability in Hollywood is power. The silver dress did more than flatter her figure or match the party theme. It reinforced the idea that Sanchez is a player in her own right. Fashion critics noted the daring neckline, the futuristic shimmer, the boldness of sunglasses indoors. Fans debated the look online. Media outlets picked up the photo with Sweeney and ran stories about the party. In short, the dress worked. It extended her influence, sparked conversation, and reminded everyone watching that Lauren Sanchez is not easily overlooked. And that is the heart of this story. In Hollywood, standing out is survival. Lauren Sanchez has mastered the art of standing out. She has mastered the art of turning heads. She has mastered the art of ensuring that when the flashbulbs go off, her image lingers longer than the moment itself. The eye-catching outfit turned heads because it was designed to. It stood out because Sanchez understands the rules of the game, and perhaps more importantly, how to bend them. It reminded Hollywood that she is not a passive figure in Jeff Bezos' story, but an active player in her own. And in doing so, it secured her place once more in the endless, glittering cycle of conversation that defines the entertainment world. And so we are left with the photograph. One image, one moment. One metallic dress shining against the backdrop of Sydney Sweeney's birthday celebration. But as with all things in Hollywood, the surface is never the whole story. Beneath the shine lies strategy. Beneath the fabric lies narrative. And beneath the photo lies the reminder that in Hollywood, nothing turns heads by accident.